Hey there, everyone. I'm sure glad to be back with you today. Lesson 47. God or love is the strength in which I trust. And then it starts out saying, oh, by the way, if you're trusting in your own ego sense of self, you have every reason to be apprehensive, to be anxious, to be fearful. It says this ego mind can't possibly be aware of all facets of any problem. It has no way to resolve them where only good can come. It says, what makes you think you even have any idea what the right solution is, or what makes you think you can accomplish it? Oh, of ourselves, with our ego mind in charge, we can't do any of those things. Oh dear, it's very obvious that I do need something else that's count-onable, since I apparently, when I'm pretending like I'm by myself, don't have the capacities that I need. It says to do that is to just put trust where trust is definitely unwarranted. Who can put his faith in weakness and feel safe? That would be like trying to walk across swampy, mushy ground that keeps disappearing from under your feet. And yet, who can put his faith in strength or love and feel weak? So God or love is your safety. His voice, and we're just going to call that for right now the awareness of love, is always calling out. In other words, if we decide, I want to look on this person or this situation lovingly because I understand that it's in my best interest to do so, then I'm going to find my answers, and I'm going to feel strong, and I'm going to allow a kind of voice to decode the impossible to put into words presence of love into something that I can understand. So today it asks us for 4 periods, 5 minutes apiece, where we're going to reach past our own weakness and know that we already know that love is in our minds. Love is what's got the power, not our little ego mind, which is just, remember, a bundle of defensive fear thoughts, not count-onable at all. So we need to close our eyes and begin by repeating the idea for the day. God or love is the strength in which I trust. Love is what's got the power. Then spend that minute or two looking for situations that are distressing to us, that we have invested with fear. And then it says, as you're aware of those, just let them go, because love is the strength in which I trust. God is the strength in which I trust. I'm not going to trust in my own small personal self. And then it makes the obvious statement that any situation that causes you concern must be associated with feelings of inadequacy, because otherwise you wouldn't be concerned. You would be very clear that you could deal with anything that you would need to deal with. Just know that if you decide to look on all things with love, everything is going to get resolved one way or the other. And then it repeats, in a sense, what it says in the first paragraph, which is the recognition of your own frailty. That means the ego mind's inability to see the big picture is a necessary step in the correction of our errors. But that's not where we need to stop. All that will do is make you more afraid if you're now convinced I can't do anything right and I don't have any answers to anything. Then I have to go on to step 2, where I can be reminded that love is where the strength is, and that's fully justified. That means if I am determined to see things with love, to reach out with love, to be friendly, to be kind, then everything's going to be handled. In the second part of the practice period, it says, try to reach down. There's that try to. Let's just forget the try to part and just sink down. Now, down is not really directional. It's hard to imagine down without our minds kind of going downwards. It's not so much directional as it is a refocusing of our attention and recognizing, yes, this makes sense, that if I'm loving, I'm safe. Because if I'm loving, I'm identifying with the source, with the power, with the brilliance, with the everything that's right and good and real about me. So just let go of all those worries about who's going to do what to whom. We're perfectly safe when we trust in love. And then we can be perfectly at peace. It says there is a place in you where nothing is impossible because your ego mind is not in charge of it. And that's the place where the actual power and strength of love lies, which is at the very core of your being. Then, of course, as always, just repeat this lesson throughout the day. If I'm loving today, that's where the strength is. If I'm going to fight with people and if I'm going to judge them and hate them, I'm not going to have access to my strength and my wisdom and my good ideas. But if loving becomes important to me because I can see that's how I get to be strong and appropriate, then our motivation simply increases. So I hope your day is a happy one. I hope you can sense the power that's inherent in your choice to love. Have a wonderful day. Bye.